Hi, this is Dr. Cora Stack here. I want to announce my final paper for the time being, and I'm really proud of it because it has taken a long time to get to this level of clarity. And I write not for legal scholars but for all scholars and postdoctoral students, and there's a lot of students of law following and reading my work, which I'm really pleased about, including postdoctoral and law faculty. I didn't expect these people would be reading my work as a mathematician, because I'm writing in an accessible way but not in a reduced intellectual way. So the intellectual power is still there, but it's written in plain language. So that more people can understand law rather than having it for the elite. So the paper is called When Constitutional Review Comes Too Late, the Remedial Time Window, the Constitutional Blind Spot, and the Weakening of the Separation of Powers. So this is my final research paper for the moment on this incredibly important topic and insights. And I think, yes, the time window is a very important concept to introduce, along with the constitutional blind spot or the remedial time window. And I think this work is completed now for the time being. So I'm surely deserving of a break after all this working night and day for trying to figure everything out. And I think the Nobel Prize winner in California recently talked about, well, what about the future of mathematics? And he talked about problem solving. And I'm going to take it a different take. And mathematics is about figuring it out. So I think I could say this paper has achieved a level of excellence, and it has figured everything out. So I'm really pleased with it. I've dedicated to a number of people, including Mr. John F. Mitchell, who was very senior in Motorola and on the patent, the first patent of a family relative, very close relative of my father, Mr. Morris Stack, RIP. So very senior in Motorola for many years in the US. So he achieved really the top level there of engineering in Motorola as an Irish immigrant. But compared to myself, being treated like dirt in comparison to Mr. John. But we had it in the family. So we had excellence in the family, but did we have opportunity in Ireland, or did we have just continuous knocking? Even though we had the ability, we had everything. But what did the Americans have? What did they give the Mitchells? They gave them the opportunities that people like me did not get in Ireland. But I've survived. I got opportunities perhaps that nobody would have got because of where I was put on the eve of the election. So how many people will be put in that position and will be able to write the paper that I've now written? I would say the only person that will be able to do it is myself, and that deserves recognition. And if nobody's going to recognise me, I'm going to recognise and celebrate myself. So here I am, celebrating my wonderful achievement, which nobody else in the country would have achieved, because no one would put themselves in that position, and perhaps no court would have put anyone in that position, because the only person that could have figured it all out, a la turnstile, is myself. So cheers, or as they say in France, Slonte in Ireland, a ta santé. And that paper is written for ordinary people, scholars, legal researchers. It's not written for the legal elite, but the legal elite should definitely read it.